All right. Looks like I am live. Looks good enough here, I think. Checking out my phone, by the way, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. All right, let me check my volume here. That's a bit loud on that part. I want to peak. Let me go back here with the katana sound. Kind of peaks just like a hair. Yeah, well, it kind of works. Hey, what's going on, New Mexico Saint? How you doing, man? Happy Saturday to you. I'm just adjusting some sound here. I think it sounds right. Okay, looks like it's going good still. Yeah, good enough. Alright, let me go back to the chat here. Alright. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday out there. Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday. My days are all jumbled up, man. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday out there. I'm just kind of hanging out, doing some nonsense, jamming. The usual stuff we do here on live streams. So yeah, cool. Let me just get some of this stuff hooked up more. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to adjust my tone on my DAW here. I use Cakewalk, so I'm kind of like going through, see if I want to add some reverb or take reverb out or whatever. I'm just screwing around with stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, what's up, Chuck? How you doing, man? Good to see ya. Yeah, this AIO screams, man. I gotta say, without a doubt, this is probably the best guitar I've owned in, I don't know, probably forever, man. Besides the Hellraiser. I love the Hellraiser a lot, too, but that had some issues. But this guitar plays like butter, dude. This thing's pretty crazy. Random noodling. I have not practiced today. I was supposed to do Frank Gamble's Chop Builder, and I didn't do it. Totally procrastinated. It's like the second week in a row, man. Like, I was doing the Rock Discipline, and then I switched between that and the Chop Builder, but I don't know, man. It really sucks the way they do that to us. What in the world? You know, I just realized my camera looks more clear, if that makes any sense. Oh, it's streaming a different frame rate. That's cool. Or, not frame rate, quality. Usually it doesn't let me pick the setting. Wow. Okay, cool. 720's working. 720 doesn't always work from my computer using StreamYard. I don't know why, but it's working today, so that's cool. Hey, what's going on? Auntie Jack, how you doing? Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday out there. Hopefully it's treating you well. Yeah. Whether you guys are out hanging out at Chili's, I don't know, Applebee's, Olive Garden, or just hanging out at home, I don't know. Whatever it is you're doing, hopefully it's a good time. And let's see. We'll do some jamming in a little bit here. I got to kind of wake up my hands a bit. Don't be lazy like me, okay? You guys got to practice like every day. You don't want to do what I do, okay? It's not good for your hands to just not practice every day. Well, I did practice a little bit the other day, but I was on the acoustic, you know what I mean? So it's a little different. I gotta get my touch back for the electric now. Hey, how's it going, Blue Ox? How you doing? Let's see, that Rondo acoustic electric sounded very nice. Yeah, I agree with you, Chuck. I think sounds brilliant, man. I'm probably gonna sell the first Rondo, the non-electric one, because I don't really have a use for that one. I'll probably keep the electric acoustic, I think. Especially since I'm working on this new album. I think it'll come in handy just doing some picking pattern stuff. Like maybe I want to add some chorus on a acoustic part or whatever, very 80s sound. So yeah, we'll probably use it more than the actual regular rondo, the what was it, the Bromo Bat 1. Let's see here, things are good. Ah, cool, man. It's like you're having a good time. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here, killing time with you guys, man. You know, it's the most interesting thing in the world when you see a guy just sitting here talking at a camera. Well, I'm talking to you guys, but you know what I mean. For me, it doesn't feel as eventful. I'm just sitting in my house, and my Chihuahua's over there napping, which is good. He's not chewing up my stuff. Every time I live stream or do anything, he's always over there causing mayhem, dude. So yeah, it's pretty cool. One day without mayhem is nice. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear the settings okay on this thing. Bunch of mistakes, but oh well, it's fine. Let's see here. I can send you a picture of my cat to look at, but that would be put you to sleep from boredom. That's funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Hanging out at home with the schnauzers. Exactly right, Chuck. Exactly right, man. That's funny. Well, I got some cool stuff on the way for you guys. I've been pretty busy with recording stuff, so it's been a little hectic. I didn't mean to push so many videos out in the same week, but I have other stuff I had to edit, and then I had like companies kind of poking at me a little bit, like, when are you gonna get this up? When are you gonna get that up? So I had to like upload everything in a certain time frame. So I think it's the first time I've uploaded like 3 times in a week or something like that, or was it 2.5? Was it 2 times this week? 3? I mean 3. Crossed over, but anyways, still a lot for 1 week. But anyways, tomorrow I have a really cool thing for you guys to check out. It's going to be an original song called The Void. It's a very fusion-based tune, and it has 2 guest guitar players, kind of like before when I did, Max and Bald Shredder, Richard James. 2 different guitar players this time, both equally awesome and good. So you guys will have to check that out. That'll be tomorrow, probably in like the morning time, my time, Pacific time. I'll be uploading it. But yeah, very fusion-y. So if you guys like fusion stuff, I think you're gonna like it. It's very prog fusion-y. My new album is going to be primarily that kind of music with a few rock tracks, but mainly like fusion-y kind of vibes, I'm really getting into that fusion stuff lately. Keeps me from getting bored, man. I made, so many songs that are just straightforward before. I get kind of bored making stuff, or I rip myself off, so I have to like change things intentionally so I don't rip myself off anymore. Otherwise, I'm like, damn, I already did that. Well, it's usually not me that notices, it's my wife that'll notice. I'll be playing something, like, I'll play a lick like, oh. And she'll be like, hey, you already did that in another one of your songs. I'm like, I did? She's like, yeah, don't you remember? I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. Dang. Or, maybe I'm one pattern up, like a, half step. And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. You ripped that one off, too, from yourself. That was in another song. And I'm like, damn. It's getting harder to write stuff. Anyways, let's see. You finished your 2 months of alt picking practice. Nice, man. Heck yeah. Good job on that, dude. I'm happy you're seeing some improvements. And just so you know, the alt picking practice, alt picking practice should go on every day for the rest of your life. That's something you're going to be doing forever. I personally work on like specific things certain days. It's like some days are my legato practice days. Some days are my technique days, like vibrato, bending, sliding. And then some days are strict alternate picking days. So I'm just doing only alt picking. And I try to separate it in the week to where, like, 1 day on, 1 day off of that technique and vice versa. But yeah, the alt picking stuff, You could do that forever, man. Just forever and ever. If you want to get like a really weird challenge out of alternate picking, besides doing, you know, the basic, like the basic stuff, like obviously shredding kind of helps, but you could look at a lot of the jazz standards. They do a lot of alt picking stuff. Look into like Pat Martino. He has a lot of really cool stuff. If you're into that kind of music, I mean. Let's see, Cody Rock Show. What's up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you, Cody. Not much. I'm just hanging out here. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday. Just killing some time, doing some jamming. Nothing too fancy. See, you force yourself to do at least an hour a day, a few different patterns. It's now forever, yeah, but a lot less. That's good, man. I'm glad that you're going to be, you know, keeping up with that. Certain things are annoying because you got to keep them up all the time. All the time. All the time. Like, you know, if I literally miss one alternate picking practice a week, I notice it. And I'm like, damn it. Why can't you just stay in the body? Like, you know? It's so frustrating. Oh, like this, Cody? Yeah. This is a feature in StreamYard, so I can click on anybody's name here and it pops up like the comment, which is helpful since I'm kind of blind. You know what I mean? So I can actually see what you guys are saying. I don't have to go like this. I'm like, what are you guys saying? But anyways, yeah. So anyways, other than that good stuff, videos. Got a lot of stuff on the way. Got some more originals for you guys because I'm putting out that album, The Void. So that's going to be kind of cool. No physical copies, of course. I'm too lazy for all that. Just digital stuff. But still fun nonetheless. If you guys like fusion rock, up your alley then. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Cody. It's not too bad, man. The StreamYard thing's not too terrible. I was kind of against it at first when I was using OBS because I got used to using OBS, but now that I got used to doing this, it's not so bad. Just took a little maneuvering. It is pretty decent. There we go. But yeah, I was messing around with some chord stuff the other day, just messing around, and let's see. Let's turn this down like a hair more. This guitar is really just super distorted, man. There we go. Alright. This is kind of a fun little, like, we call like a Latin jazzy bossa nova groove. I want to turn that into a metal thing. I was just jamming around with it, but I want to make that, like, fusion metal sound. So we'll see how that goes, if I can figure it out. Howdy, Lester. Good to see you. You too, my friend. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're having a good Saturday, and that goes for all you guys. Hope you're all having a fantastic Saturday out there. Pretty cool to be practicing guitar and live YouTube videos pop up in my feed. Heck yeah, man. Get to jam together. Collaborative stream jam thing. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. I wonder if anybody's done that, like an ultimate live stream with like multiple people. That'd be nuts. Like all on the screen at once. That would be pretty insane, man. Probably a lot of echo. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff I need to record, man, before I forget. I got all these like ideas and stuff. But you know what's something interesting? Speaking of topics of like practicing guitar, is to practice guitar in a way that's how do I say it? More chord based, like melodic structure. So like instead of doing things like this. Which is cool sounding. I've been trying to take it upon myself to make like simple note patterns into chord exercises. So if I go, maybe I could do something like, and then here, I could do something like, right, more melodic kind of a structured approach. Definitely something worth trying out. Which I mean, just move my cord there and it got unplugged on me. Hey, I have ears. Whoa. Kind of flattened ears, but oh well. Craig says it's been done, but it's been kind of a mess, or it was kind of a mess. I bet. It's like you were channeling Les Paul himself, along with some fuzz. That's funny, man. Yeah, I guess it's in the name, right? Because we're all Lesters, I guess. But yeah, so just getting used to doing like little patterns like that, like. It's kind of fun to do that. And you can do that anywhere. Like, you could pick whatever notes you want out, right? Like, if you want to add on to that, you could, I'm sure. But, you know, if you're playing, like, a simple pattern, like, you could do something like... Right? Or if you want to, you know, go higher up, I suppose you could. And the whole point of what I'm talking about, I guess, is that it's good to structure yourself to you're not just playing scales in a linear, like, boring fashion, right? Because, I mean, sitting here doing, like I said, is cool, and it sounds fine if you have other music going on. But when you're playing by yourself, it's kind of boring. That's why I kind of like I said, doing those same notes, but chord form. Just some ideas for you guys to mess around with. I just think it's more fruitful that way when you're jamming out, you know. Gives you some new improv ideas too, or you know, you could take triads and just kind of switch them up a little bit. So instead of the ending being very basic, like maybe do something like, or you could do. All right, changing what extensions you want to add on top. So that's kind of fun. Random facts for the day, I don't know. Just stuff I've been messing around with. And, you know, of course you have these other fun little chords you can add, like these major 7 type voicings, which are really pretty. Some of my favorites. And just kind of playing around with where it leads you to. So it's almost like you're playing in the moment, seeing where it goes, and then just kind of adding on to it, right? Let the music take you somewhere and see what you want to add in between there. That's kind of my fun fact for the day. So sometimes I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm just kind of feeling it out. Like, well, do I want to do a diminished thing? Do I want to do a half diminished? You know, keep walking up in that? Do I want to play a single note in between a pattern? Right? You want to change keys, and that's something kind of fun to do too. Is switch around between keys when you're playing. You know, just not any ones in particular, but just see what sounds good. Maybe. I don't know. Just some random stuff to kind of throw in there. Hey, what's going on, Guitar Max? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I'm just talking about nonsense, by the way, if you're wondering, Max, what I'm what I'm doing here. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a good Saturday out there. I'm just kind of screwing around and trying to get the hands warmed up, I guess. I don't know. I should have practiced today something, you know. You guys ever have days like that where your hands are just totally like frozen up on you, like when you don't put the practice in, you just feel like you got a rock for a hand. That's how today feels for me. I think it's also because I was playing on the acoustic for like the last week, so I'm used to like playing on that thing now. Now I gotta approach this thing with a light touch, man. It's got me all jacked up. But yeah, just giving you guys ideas again, like I said. So if you're playing like these single notes, play these chords instead. And just kind of play around with your triads and see what sounds good with those instead of playing just, runs. Let's see. Doing great. I'm enjoying your legato workout program. Oh, man. Well, I appreciate that, Max, man. I'm glad you like it, dude. You already play awesome as it is, so, I'm sure your legato was already good as it was, but I'm glad you're having fun, man. Thank you again for, giving that a whirl, dude. And if you guys don't know, Guitar Max has tons of instructionals, so if you guys, are looking for something specific, he has like a whole thing on his website for like beginner to intermediate to advanced. I don't have all that stuff on mine. I just have like 3 specific courses. So if you guys are looking for something that's, whatever it is, beginner, intermediate, advanced level, go check out Max's stuff, man. Good dude. But yeah, so just giving you guys little, ideas for the day on some stuff. Let's see here. You got tired of 3-note per string riffs, and then I read where Steve Vai said he used to practice 4 notes per strings. Oh my gosh. That sounds intense, man. Wow. Yeah, I can't imagine, Stu. That's pretty interesting stuff there, man. Steve Vai's a legend. I mean, that guy's like in a league of his own, so I can only imagine what goes on in his mind, when he's practicing. He's probably got some really interesting thoughts. Yeah, that's trippy, man. So, I guess that'd be like if you're talking about like this thing. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I'm not used to doing 4 fingers like that in a scale pattern. That's pretty awkward for me. But definitely interesting. I like that. I've only done like 4-finger patterns with like chromatic lines, like descending, like if I'm doing these or something, or maybe if I'm doing that was kind of sloppy, but you get the idea what I'm trying to say, like these little kind of runs. I've never done a lot of other 4-finger stuff, so I'm definitely going to try doing more of that. What's really crazy is Greg Howe, man. I was listening to a lot of Greg Howe lately, and I was trying to play his song Jumpstart, but it's way over my head, man. Like the introduction killed me. I almost wanted to like just give up after the first like 10 minutes. And it's not like the weirdest thing. It's just the pattern is so awkward for me. Let's see, that's exactly it. Okay, that's good. I'm glad we're on the same page then on that one. There's a little bit of delay on the chat, by the way, guys. StreamYard kind of lags a little bit on me. What's up, 2 Yards? How you doing, man? Oh, here we go. Let's see here. 4-finger stuff. I did chromatic stuff. Oh, I see. That makes sense a lot, man. I definitely have a lot to work on as far as 4-finger stuff goes. Well, I mean, as far as a lot of stuff goes. There's a lot of things I want to do that I see all these great guys doing, but I feel like there's a long way to go. Let's see. Jumpstart is so tasty. Oh, yeah, man. That song is just crazy. Dude, Greg is amazing. I'm trying to learn some of his tapping techniques. Oh, my gosh. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you, Max. Yeah, Greg Howe is just, it's over my head, man. Like, the tapping stuff especially that you're talking about, like, I've tried looking into some of those lines, and it's just so, I don't know if it's the tab that hurts my head or if it's just the technique that hurts my head. But like the lines get me all kinds of like dyslexic. I'm like, what am I looking at here? what is happening? You know, I'll keep looking at it, and I'm like, it's not computing. So yeah, kudos to you, man, for taking on that. That's a challenge. Greg Howe and Richie Kotzen together on the album Till. Oh yeah, you know what? I've heard somebody mention that to me, and I think I've heard like a couple of the tunes, but I've listened to the whole album. Yeah, I need to do that. I'm glad you reminded me. So thank you for that, Stu. Yeah, Greg Howe though, man, that guy's just crazy. Oh, I can hear more of his jazz influences on that one. Yeah, you know, that's one thing, by the way, you just reminded me. Like, Greg Howe seems to be so, like, what's the word? Versatile, right? Like, I've heard him playing classical style, right? He can do the funk prog stuff. I mean, fusiony stuff, blues, the jazz. I mean, it's crazy, man. To be so proficient in all those styles, it's just something else. Let's see here. I think a lot of times the tabs are just wrong. Yeah, I agree with you. Trying to play something with the left hand that actually be. Oh yeah, that's a good point, man. I feel like that a lot with the tabs. It's like, is this right? It sounds kind of weird, you know, or it looks weird, like you're talking about, like it's tapped or played or whatever. Yeah, it's a really good point you made there. Um, yeah, the struggle of tabs, man. It's such a pain. If only we had like, well, I'm sure they'll have it in the far future. I'm sure they'll have like some crazy AI technology that can just like know exactly what's happening on what frets. I mean, it'd probably be a while for them, but that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Greg Howe and all these other guys, man, it's just a trip to listen to. Tom Quayle, I always get a trip out of Tom Quayle. That guy's something else, man. Him and this other guy is taking over right now. As his name, Mateo Mancuso. That guy's just something else with his finger, like picking stuff. I don't even know, man. Like how he's playing so fast and so accurately with just his fingers is beyond me. I could barely use a pick correctly, let alone imagine doing my fingers like that. Let's see here. Remember Jeff Watson 4-finger tapping technique? That was pretty awesome. Okay, I'll have to remember that then. Jeff Watson's 4-finger tapping technique. No pick. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's just nuts to me, man. Some people just really change the game for everybody, you know, and it's I mean, it's cool, but it's also kind of scary. It's like I can't imagine what's coming next. I was already blown away back when like these guys were doing like, you know, the weird like polyphia stuff. I still can't play that style. I know people who can do it really well, but I can't do it. But it's like it keeps evolving, you know what I mean? There's like all these different variations of polyphia and intervals and, you know, Tosin Abasi's thumping, and then you got guys like Charlie Robbins doing the thumping and the polyphia stuff and the fusion. It's like a big I don't know, like a big pot of stew or something, man, with all these vegetables being added in, or I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a big mix. I'm just curious what it's going to be like in the future, you know, in the next like 5-10 years. Like, what are we going to see? Are we going to see, I don't know, some wacky, I can't imagine, because everything seems to be already done. But then as soon as you think that, you see something else on the internet that's like insane to watch. I don't know. If I could just play like 100% accurate or clean all the time, that'd be like, I'd be happy with that. Like, even if I can't do the crazy prog polyphia stuff, I'll be happy with just some decent playing, right? Let's see here. Have you heard of Scott? Oh yeah, I have. You know, I didn't know who he was at first though, Max, until on Facebook I came across one of his posts for like one of his newer things, and then I went and checked out his older stuff, and that guy's pretty crazy, man. His playing's all over the place with the tapping and everything. Really cool stuff. Yeah, Guthrie Govan, you got a good point. Guthrie's like a beast, man, of his own right. Like, I don't even know how else to describe him. He's like some kind of, I don't know. It's like a wizard or something of guitar. That's one way to put him. Jeff Beck did the no-pick thing, too, yeah. That's a good point. Jeff Beck was, I guess, a pioneer of that. Kind of gimmicky. Oh, you mean like the polyphia stuff? Yeah, I guess at a certain point it loses the, I don't want to sound like an old guy, but it loses the feeling, right? And it becomes more like a technique showdown or something. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah, Stanley Jordan, man. You just brought up, yeah, one of my favorites too. That guy's crazy. I watched was it Live on Letterman like a long time ago? It was like a video of him doing the crazy chord parts and doing his fingers like this. I just can't believe it how he does the double tapping thing. It's just so insane, man. And he's another one of those guys that can play like almost everything, like just the way he, like the classical sound, the jazz stuff. I seen him doing a Bach thing on this seminar or whatever. But speaking about Stanley Jordan, if you guys haven't heard Tori Slusher, I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's on YouTube, and she's getting kind of more noticed right now. She's doing the double-handed like Stanley Jordan thing. And she does it really, really well. I'm always blown away at how she does it. She's like doing these crazy like jazz chords with her left hand, and she's tapping like leads at the same time. It's totally Stanley Jordan stuff. Blows me away, man. You can't listen to Polyphia. I don't blame you, man. It's a little too much for me sometimes. Yeah, same here, man. It's all over my head. Her name's Tori Slusher. Let me type it in here. I could probably put a link in here too. I forgot I could do that. But there we go. Yeah, Tori Slusher. I put it in the chat. But yeah, she does this crazy just whole like I don't know what you call it. Like it's not Chapman style 'cause she's using a regular guitar, but similar. Where it's doing the Stanley Jordan. I'll just call it the Stanley Jordan technique. I don't know what else you call it. I guess two-handed chord lead playing. 10-4, you're gonna check her out. Awesome, man. Yeah, she's killer. She does some really interesting improv stuff. She's one of those straight ahead like jazz player type people that does a little bit of fusion, and it's way over my head, but fun to listen to. Definitely fun. I can pull off a little bit of that stuff, but like when it gets to like really outside the box playing and like using whole half diminished scales, half whole diminished scales, and I'm not there. I can use melodic minor and a little bit of diminished, but that's about it. I'm not going to be busting like 50 different things. At least not yet. Give me like 20 years. Let's see. Playing guitar like a piano, I call it. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, very similar. It basically is like playing like a piano. Yeah, I can't do that. Like the only two-handed thing I can kind of do is like if you're doing, and it's not even really anything hard. Like it's just more of a flashy thing. If you're skipping like a pattern. Right, but that's not really anything difficult because I'm just holding down one thing with my left hand. Like I can't imagine doing whole like core things like these people are doing. That's just bonkers to me. Or like it's hard enough for me just to do like. Like that kind of thing's hard for me to do because I'm not used to like tapping with my left hand by itself and then initiating. Like that's as complicated as it's gonna get for me with the left hand, I think. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I suppose if that's like the one thing you did like all the time, that's how you learned or trained, that would make total sense. There's a kid on YouTube. Actually, I just collabed with him. You're gonna hear the song tomorrow. His name's Tyler Shep. I think that's his last name, Shep. He's like 13 years old, and he could do these really crazy, like, I don't know, you call it like proggy, fusiony type stuff, like this the weird like hybrid picking, selective picking, thumping, like all the crazy Polyphia stuff. And he could pull off Van Halen like note for note, which is crazy cool. But he's always telling me stuff like, oh, Lester, you gotta check out this. Like, this is a really cool selective picking line, and he's doing this lick, and I'm like, dude, I love that you're trying to teach me, but like, it's over my head. Like, I'm not there, man. I'm too. My brain's too old to catch on to that stuff. Unless I had a really big interest in it, then I probably could do it. But yeah, I don't know. It's too much for my brain. I'm too stuck in my ways, man. Which is a bad thing. I like to learn something a little outside of that, but you guys know how it is. You get stuck in certain things that you like to do. Sometimes it's cool just to do a little jam. Let's see. Hey, how's it going, Gabe? Thanks for joining, dude. Just doing a little like finger kind of thing. Just kind of hearing like the dynamic, you know what I mean? Instead of having to pick everything so aggressively, just using the fingers to hear the light kind of touch in there. Also, you can kind of like just pluck around in between there too, which is nice. That's kind of fun. It's kind of relaxing. Let's see here. Watch these guys now, and I feel like a boomer. That's funny, dude. I feel you on that one. I feel like those guys too, going like, "Hey, that's not right." What am I plugged into? It's the Boss Katana MK2. It took a while to get the tone right, but I kind of like the sound of it now. It just took me a while, like I said, to dial it in. But as the Boss Katana. Oh yeah, this AIO is killer, man. If you guys have not played an AIO guitar, I would highly recommend that you guys check them out. It's honestly probably the best guitar I've owned. Out of all the guitars I've ever owned, which is really saying something. I love the feel, and it's funny because I never was a Les Paul guy. Like, I was never really big on Les Paul style guitars originally. But with this one, I just love the neck. I love the feel. I love the way it was set up. Like, it's convinced me. I love it. Yeah, and I love the sound. I've heard people like, you know, talking about the pickups, like in the comment section of my AIO videos, like, oh, I swapped the pickups out, they're telling me, because the AIO pickups aren't very good. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, those pickups sound bomb, man. Like, they sound good to me. They sound as good as my Seymour Duncans I used to have in my Charvel. Like, honestly, I can't tell that much of a difference. So when people are telling me, like, oh, the pickups, you gotta swap those out, I'm like, no way. I'm not swapping these things out. I love the sound of these things, man. The pickups are great, crystal clear. Let's see, sounds good. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Let's see, you've been looking at AIO guitars for years, but never pulled the trigger. Man, they look nice. Yeah, they look nice and they play nice. That's a really cool, a double whammy, you know what I mean? Yeah, and if you guys didn't see the AIO jam I did with Guitar Max and the Bald Shredder, you guys got to check it out on my channel. It was a really cool original song we put together using only AIO guitars. So everything you guys hear in that song is strictly through AIO guitars. Pretty cool, and a lot of eye candy with Guitar Max's AIOs and Richard's Wolf one. Really cool stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Saturday out there. If you're looking forward to some new music, check out tomorrow's video. I got a brand new song for you guys. It's called The Void. It's going to be like a prog fusion-y type thing. If you guys like that kind of music, got some blues influence, but mainly prog fusion. And I got 2 special guests appearing in that track tomorrow. So be sure to check it out. It's going to be probably in the morning time, Pacific time. But yeah, you guys should enjoy that, hopefully. Or not. If you're not into that kind of thing, that's cool. Let's see. Yeah, that was an awesome video Max did. It was really cool stuff. The fact that he went there and talked to the owner and you got to look around and see, you know, the how and the why of everything was so cool. Let's see here. It's all about the neck for me. It's got to play good. I feel you on that one, man. I totally agree with you. Is that the Tyler Shep collab? Yes, it is. That was going to be... it was supposed to be sooner, but we had some issues with the video. Not with Tyler's, but the other guest. I'm not telling you guys who the other guest is. Yeah, you guys got to look for tomorrow for that. But that's why it took so long. It was supposed to be out like weeks ago, but it happens. Let's see. I have a fat neck? Not at all, man. You know, this is... you guys can kind of see that there, right? Hopefully. It's a weird angle, I know, but It's not like your standard like thick Les Paul neck. It's honestly really comfortable, and I say it's not much different than the Schecter I had. If anything, it's actually a little flatter than the Schecter. I think the Schecter was a little more like, I don't want to say it was bigger. It just felt a little different. This is more comfortable than that. See, I need a slim, shreddy style neck. Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, this is very, very comfortable for me for shredding stuff. If I'm just noodling nonsense. Which is sloppy, by the way, but like I have a lot of room to do that, which is cool. And it doesn't feel like I'm reaching too hard. It doesn't feel like it's doesn't feel like a lot of work, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like it glides, and if I'm not careful, I glide too much. So it could be a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes I tend to like want to overplay because I'm still used to other guitars. And this one I got to learn to like, it's all right, just relax, take it easy a bit. So let's see here. Hey, how's it going, my friend? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you guys are all having a good Saturday out there, by the way. Thanks for joining me so far, and that's been kind of an entertaining time, hopefully, or boring, depending on how you look at it. I'll be here till about 8 o'clock my time. It's 6:30 Pacific time right now, so basically another hour and a half. Then I got a lesson with a guy who's in China, but he's Canadian. He's Canadian, but lives in China. That makes sense. It doesn't make any sense, I know. But anyways, I'll be here till then. So you call that sloppy? That's me on a great day fully warmed up. Oh, that's silly, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. It sounds all right. It just could be better. Got to step away for a minute. No worries, my friend. No worries. Yeah, like I said, I gotta kind of like, I try to warm up with the metronome every day, and I just did not warm up at all. It's something I should have done, but I didn't, so what can you do, I suppose? Random noodling, sorry. Just gotta bounce, talk to you later. No worries, Max. Thank you so much for coming by, dude. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you, 2 yards. Appreciate that, man. Peace Sells by Megadeth. To be honest with you, I would. I don't know the song, though. Like, I've heard the song. I never played it before, to be honest. But maybe in the future I can do a cover on something like that. If you guys have any suggestions on cover tunes, you're more than welcome to let me know. Peace Sells by Megadeth, I will keep in mind. In fact, I'll actually write it on a side note here on my thing. Okay. That way, in the future, if I'm looking for a cover tune, I might do something like that. Yeah, the only Megadeth song I ever learned a long time ago was like, was it Symphony of Destruction? And I can't even remember how to play the solo for that, but I used to remember it. I used to know how to play that. I didn't do it like 100% accurately, but I used to do it okay. Here's an underrated player, Chris Poland. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to check him out because I'm not sure if I really know who that is. Which I guess proves your point. Sounds, like it fits being underrated. You probably know at least one Buckethead. I used to. It's been a while. I used to play, what is it called? What is it? I I can't remember the name. Oh, Soothsayer. There you go. It took me forever to remember how to do that. Or what the name of it was. I can't remember how to play it, though. It was like, what is that? Something like that, and there's like a... I don't have a kill switch or anything, but... And they have a little... Something like that, is that it? And they do like a shreddy thing where it's like... Some crazy... I remember some shreddy thing that just goes on and over. But it's crazy, man. Let's see. I mean to miss some comments here. Oh, from Chris Paul. Yeah, I don't know. The only person I thought from Megadeth was like Marty Freeman and Chris Broderick and stuff. Soothsayer. Yep, there you go. Constantly play over that style of track. Love that sound. Yeah, same here, man. You know, it's a funny thing. If you listen to Andy Timmons' A Night to Remember, it has a part that sounds identical to Soothsayer. I'm not even kidding. I even made a joke of it on my channel. If you go look at my cover of Andy Timmons' Night to Remember, I mixed it with Buckethead Soothsayer because they're in the same like key range, which is really funny, in the same BPM. Random thing. Do I know any Marty Friedman licks? I used to know, like I said, the Symphony of Destruction solo. I don't know how to play that anymore. I used to. I could see if I can remember it. Tone is killer lead tone. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Heck. Sounds alright, I guess, for the Boss Katana. It's not too bad sounding on this thing. I was on the Peace Cells album, and he's in a band called Ohm that plays more fusion-like metal. Oh, interesting. I'm definitely going to have to check that out, man, because I love the fusion sound for sure. Heck yeah. Let's see, which song is it? For which one, Danny? Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that on Jay. That's funny. I didn't think about that. Let's see. Andy Timmons is amazing. Yeah, he is amazing. Totally agree with you on that one, man. I love Andy. Great player. Oh, what Andy Timmons song? Yeah, so it's A Night to Remember. So yeah, I covered A Night to Remember, and I mixed Soothsayer in there. So you guys can check it out. It's like 2 years old or 3 years old on my channel. If you just type in on the search bar, it should pop up. But yeah, that's a beautiful tune, and Soothsayer's a pretty song, so I thought, well, they kind of fit together. Especially since they're in the same key and BPM like I was talking about. Made it work. But yeah, hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic Saturday out there. I'm just kind of screwing around, chit-chatting with you guys. Tomorrow, Fusion Rock song Void will be out, so definitely check that out. And it'll be on Spotify with all my other songs you can listen to. You don't have to, though. Only if you want to. Yeah, exactly right, Danny. You got it. Yeah, there's a part in the Night to Remember song that does like this whole... Which is funny, because Soothsayer is the same exact part. It's pretty comical. So I just combined the two together. I was like, let's just use that section to interlude into Soothsayer. I don't remember how to play either of those songs now. Any song I've ever covered in my life, I always forget. But, oh yeah, you guys are asking about Megadeth. That's right. How does that go? No, that's not right. Something like that. So what was it? Is it like that? Something like that? I don't know. No, wait, hold on. Sorry, I did it wrong. Wait. I was forward. No. Something like that. I don't remember how to do that anymore. Let me go back here. Sorry, I didn't mean to miss you guys' comments. I got kind of ADD. You have a Katana Artist MK2, nothing wrong with it. Killer amp for the money, but I don't crank it up. I'm a bedroom player. Yeah, same here, man. I just run my, I run from the recording out section of the amp into my interface, but I never have it unplugged. I'm too small of an apartment to do that. Is Night to Remember on your channel? Yeah, it is. It sure is. There you go. Yeah, it was a little sloppy, but I kind of remember vaguely. It's a mess, man. Yeah, I always skip those half-step bends because I always forget where they're at. Like, I remember reading the tab, and I could never memorize what frets he was playing. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Hey, what's going on? Thank you for joining me, Trey. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good Saturday. But yeah, Marty Freeman is such a crazy guy, man. Let's see. The bends at the end are on 15 on B and 14 on the G. Nice job, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's where I was at, actually. So I have the 15 there and the 14. Let's see here. I like playing loud, even when I practice, to hear the little details. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. If you have the space to play loud, it's really fun to do that. I knew a guy that had like a nice farm area. He had like 20 acres of land. And he always loved plugging in his big old Marshall half stacks with his vintage, 80s, what was it? Was it DSL? No, it was something else. It was the 800. JCM 800 or 900. It was one of those. He had one of those. It's been years. But the thing screamed, man. He loved cranking it up, and all the, the farm animals were screeching, because they can hear the noise. They're all disturbed out there. It's kind of funny. Let's see here. Yeah, that fast part bends before that too. The fast part bends before that too. Yeah, I can't remember, man, which part you're talking about. I haven't heard the song in years. Let's see. I don't have the space, but my neighbors. Oh man, that's neighbors for you, man. You just never know what's gonna happen with neighbors. I got some really noisy neighbors. Well, not as noisy as they used to be. But basically, every time they decide to make the noisiest times when I want to film. So I'll be trying to talk to the camera, and then I got 50 people in front of my door going, ah, ha, ha. They're all loud talking. I'm like, my camera picks up everything, so it's always like the worst possible timing for me. I'm like, really? But let's see here. I mean, I missed this. Let's see, I can mic up my half stack, but it's easier just to plug into a, yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you, dude. I'm the same way. I used to mic up my orange amp, but then my orange amp started having problems because I had it for so many years. It started kind of going weird on me. You're listening to Marty Freeman's Dragon's Kiss. Oh, that's a killer song. Yeah. Yeah, they're both amazing players, man. Marty Freeman is amazing. Jason Becker's a freaking legend. If I could play half as good as either of those guys, I'll be happy, man. When I was younger, I was below a guy with one leg. Just imagine. Oh, no. That's terrible, man. I love Dragon's Kiss. I love all the Shrapnel stuff. Yeah, same here, man. Shrapnel era is just my personal favorite. Anything Shrapnel. Obviously, you guys know my favorite's Vinnie Moore. I love Vinnie Moore. Any of Vinnie Moore's albums are my go-to. But obviously Jason Becker, Marty Friedman, all those guys are amazing players too. Tony McAlpine or McAlpine. I always say his last name weird. It's like Michelangelo Battio. I never know how to pronounce his last name either. Just M-A-B. I just call him M-A-B. Lamborghini guy. Let's see here. Marty knows how to pierce my soul. Yeah. You know, I have a lot of respect for Marty, man, because he's somebody that, like, you know, lived in Japan. He goes and, you know, he learns the language. Like, he can speak Japanese. That's amazing, right? Japanese is not an easy language to speak. And, you know, he learned all the customs and everything, and he lives a very humble life compared to most guitar players. Like, that guy's very, like, I don't want to say he's like an idol, but, I mean, he really is like an idol in a way. He's not out there showing off. He's just really chill and mellow. I always love the guy's demeanor. Especially, like I said, learning another language and going to, like, a place like Japan, of all places. Super cool stuff, man. Let's see. You play more than half as good. Too humble. Well, I appreciate that, Jay. Thank you, dude. Let's see. My favorite is 2 yards. That's funny, man. Gotta be your own supporter, right? Heck yeah. Gotta have self-confidence. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious, man. I know which one you're talking about. I forget the name, though. Was it the? It wasn't the speed articulation one, was it? Speed articulation. It was, which one was that one? So you won a guitar contest in... Ooh, wow. That's crazy, dude. What in the world? That must have been a trip for you. Especially to have MAB watching. I would have been horrified. I mean, just imagine MAB sitting there watching you, judging you like... Yeah, it's okay. It's not the Lamborghini, but it's like a Honda. It's like a Honda Civic. But yeah, that Vinnie Moore modes thing was awesome, man. Oh, man. But yeah, killer. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday evening. Or I guess it could be, well, depending on what country you're in. I don't know if you guys are all in the States or not. But whatever day it is, hopefully it's a good day for you guys out there. Oh, man. I don't know what's worse. Tony McAlpine being there watching you or MAB? I don't know which one would be more intimidating. I would just be, like, afraid of both. But, you know, MAB was the reason I wanted to get this sound down. Like, this little, like, the MAB picking sound, you know, with the neck pickup up and everything. That was like totally what I was trying to go for back then. Especially when I was learning the, what's it called? The, oh, what is that song called? I can't remember. I don't remember to play that. Something like that? I don't remember. I forget how it actually goes, but I used to love the no boundaries picking thingy-majiggity. Basically here. Scrolling through the comments. Forgot the name of that VHS tape. Yeah, same here, man. I honestly can't remember, but it was a good one. I know he's talking about, like, something about the old Western. No Boundaries. Yeah, that was the name of that song. But, gosh, yeah, the Vinnie Moore one is so cool. He was like, hey, guys, Vinnie Moore here. He's like, and this is kind of like an old Western, I like to think of it as, and that's just kind of a good way to kind of connect the modes with your visuals. You know, it's just real chill, kind of hanging out, real mellow. Very easy to follow along with. Him and Frank Gamble both. Great teachers, man. Let's see, you saw Michelangelo Battio in 1987? Oh my gosh. Oh, I bet, man. Yeah, that guy's just a legend. Michelangelo Badio is quite an insane guitar player. Always end up. Oh, that's funny. It's a bugger of a problem. That's funny, man. You got me there on that one. The Messenberg method. Would you be interested in learning new scales and modes? Possible of 2048 scales and modes in guitar totality. What in the world? Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say to that right now. Let's see, he was super cool too when I met him. Oh, I bet he was, man. He seems like a pretty chill dude. Like, he seems genuine enough, you know? When I covered one of his tunes, I covered the No Boundaries one years ago, but it was like, we're talking 4 or 5 years ago. Really crummy video quality, really crummy mixing, just crummy everything. It wasn't that great. My picking wasn't up to speed as it is now, so obviously it was a little choppier. And wouldn't you know, that terrible cover that I did, he saw and he commented on. And I was like, damn it. Why? Why did you... Why? Like, I was happy, but I was also disappointed that he saw me play, like, a little bit, you know, bad. I was like, ah, damn it. He said it was all right and it sounded good, but still, I knew he was just being nice a little bit. There we go. But yeah, anyways, Michael's a crazy guitar player. Another Michael that I like a lot is Michael Romeo. That guy's crazy. Watching that dude play, especially with his like short, kind of stubby hands, it's really crazy to watch, man. He plays like a magician or something. Like his whole overall like demeanor and how he plays scales and does phrasing is just really interesting. His whole compositional, everything about the guy is really intriguing. I've only been able to play a couple of his things because I don't have the attention span to sit through a whole Symphony X song. Like, I just can't. I don't know how these guys do it. You know, I've always had an attention thing, but to sit there and learn like a, you know, such a complicated piece like Dream Theater or you know, Symphony X, I just can't imagine it. I'm sure it's possible, but that's a lot of minutes. Like, we're talking 6-7 minutes a song. Gosh. Oh man. So you found a guy on YouTube, Fernando Miata. He looks like George Lopez wearing gym shorts. Then he played a solo that blew you away. That's funny, dude. Oh my gosh. You never know on YouTube what you're gonna come across, right? Oh yeah, Sea of Lies. Can I play anything by Polyphia? Used to. I used to be able to play Goat kinda at the beginning. That was a long time ago. I could try to do it. Symphony of Lies I kinda could play barely. A little oh, hold on a second. So muddy. Less bass. Okay. Something like that? I can't remember. But the Polyphia thing, how did that go? It was a long time ago, and I had to learn it for a kid that wanted to play the beginning part, and I was like, damn it. Something like that? Let's see. So much distortion for one. Hold on a sec. A little less distortion would be good. Really bad. I can't remember how to do that well because. As it was the 9. I do that. Ah. Yeah, I can't remember. It's been too long, dude. I almost can remember it. Let's see. I have one of his Sawtooth guitars, the M24, the German Floyd. 250. That's not bad. That's killer, man. Yeah, Sawtooth seems to be a pretty good company. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, he's crazy. Tim Henson is just something else, man. If you like that crazy Polyphia sound, Danny, you got to check out Tyler Shep. That kid's really, really good. He's only 13, and he could play almost any Polyphia song. Like, I know I'm throwing him under the bus, but he could totally do it. Like, if there's any Polyphia song you want to hear, or like Animals as Leaders or anything, he can do it. Yeah, he's crazy good for 13. Kids nowadays, man. That's cool. I practiced that song for a year. It never clicked for me. Good job. Thanks, dude. It never clicked for me either. So don't feel bad. We're in the same boat. And that was the only song I ever attempted to play from them. Ever. And ever will, probably. Let's see. Conscious. J-Rod and Stu Doling are suckers. I don't know what that means, man. I'm not sure what you're trying to get at. Okay, let's see. The stock pickups are good also, and they set it up. Crazy deal, to be honest. Basically, buy a German Floyd and get a free setup guitar. Oh, yeah. Doesn't sound too bad, man. It sounds like a pretty good deal, just to be honest with you. Sawtooth, I've never had any issues with. Like, I've never owned a Sawtooth, but I've heard about them, and I've seen them back in the music shop I used to work at. They seem pretty set up. Like, I didn't see any problems with them. What's going on, Robert? How you doing, dude? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Saturday out there, by the way. Thank you for joining me and watching me do some boring stuff. It's always entertaining, hopefully. If you guys are looking for new music, guess what? I got a new song coming out tomorrow. It's going to be up probably around like 9 in the morning Pacific time, because, I'm in California. But, yeah, so check that out. It's going to be a really cool fusion metal prog track. So if you like fusion metal prog stuff, check it out. It's going to be really cool. You'll check them out. Killer, dude. Yeah, Tyler Shep's really good, man. Really good kid. What's up, Doroteo? How you doing, my friend? I'm just screwing around here, talking with you guys. Let's see here. Serious. I talked with Michelangelo Badio about Guitar Totality, 2048 scales and modes, and he is close to learning anything new. Sounds like you know how to shred well. Imagine new modes. Yeah, I mean, I know the harmonic minor modes, I know the melodic minor modes, and I know the major scale modes. I don't think there's 2,000 modes, though, my friend. Let's see, I'm good waiting for new pickups. Let's see. Where are we at here? Getting like 2 different comments and got lagged on me. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. There it popped up. I popped it up and it went back down. I'm good waiting for new pickups from my Arrow. Oh, cool, man. Sounds exciting. What pickups did you get? Oh, man. People are crazy in these chats, man. I went ahead and got rid of the Meisenberg method guy. I'm not sure what he was trying to sell us, but let me just tell you guys this. If you ever see somebody trying to sell you some new modes or new scales or new anything, it's not a real thing. Like, there's no such thing as new scales, or modes for that matter. Like, the most basic modes are melodic minor modes, harmonic minor modes, diatonic major scale modes, but other than those, you're never going to come across, like, diminished modes. Like, that's not really a thing, or, like, alien modes or something. I know I joke around on the channel with the Johnny Blaze bit, but in all seriousness, don't fall for trickery programs like that. It's a waste of money. Anyways, let's see here. Seymour Duncan Distortion. Ooh, nice, man. Heck yeah. Learn this cheat. Yeah, unlock the fretboard, guys. I'm going to teach you a super cool trick, right? It reminds me of, do you guys ever watch, what was it called? The Tim and Eric show? That's what it was, Tim and Eric, I think it is. And then the one about sales stuff, do you guys remember that? I don't know if you guys even know what I'm talking about, but it's like a guy and he's like doing a sales pitch, right? And he's like, it's $29.99 only for $19.99. That's right, guys. I got $29.99 selling for $19.99. You got to buy that. And they show another guy's like, don't buy his prices. They're from China. You got to get $49.99 for like $99.99. Premium prices. It's just they keep going back and forth bantering on these ads, and it's hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the Tim and Eric show, or just type in Tim and Eric sales pitch. It's hilarious. I got $5.99 going for $10.99. Oh man, you gotta love it. Let's see here. Hearing music has some pretty crazy scales with microtones and bends. Yeah, but most people aren't gonna be playing microtonal guitars, and to be honest with you, I don't think they sound very good. I played one in person and I did not like it. Inverted harmonic major minor, clearly. Oh man, you just killed me today. That was good. Inverted lizard scales. You play some classical music melodies and some exercises to practice with. Big things. Well, if you want some classical music melodies to practice, I'd give you like if you're looking for exercises, look at Bach stuff. I'm not a great classical guitar player. I'm a mediocre to subpar classical player. I'm not classically trained by any means. But I know people that are, and I know they always would tell me the same thing I'm telling you. Learn some really easy Bach pieces, like Minuet in G. That's a really good one to work on if you're looking for a hand exercise for finger picking stuff. Let's see here. Here's a fun one to try. Play the harmonic minor scale, but flat the second, Neapolitan minor, and then play all the arpeggios in each mode. That one note makes it real interesting. Not a scam, it's real. That's one scale I never messed around a whole lot with. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I never messed around with Neapolitan scales. I don't know why. I just never have. Besides, let me think. All the scales I've ever messed with, I'll tell you guys right now. This is all the ones I actually ever use. I'll be right back. Oh, man, you killed me. 2 yards. Did you see the meme, by the way, on Facebook about that? And it shows Arnold, and he looks like Bach, and it says that. I'll be Bach. Oh, man, you killed me for the day. Depeche Modes. I'm Bach, thanks. That's funny, man. Hybrid picking exercises. We could definitely go over some hybrid picking exercises for your fingerstyle stuff in a minute. But yeah, as far as scales I've ever used, or that I really studied, not extensively, besides harmonic minor, melodic minor, the major scale obviously, or minor scale mode stuff, half whole diminished, whole half diminished, whole tone scale. Trying to think what else I ever really messed around with. Harmonic major, a couple times I messed around with it, but I've never really got it wasn't that big and using it yet. I might start using harmonic major more in the future. But let me think. Anything else I've ever messed with that was kind of cool? I mean, various pentatonic-based modal scales, like doing Mixolydian pentatonic or Lydian pentatonic or whatever, melodic minor pentatonic type things. Those are kind of fun to mess with. You can do a lot with pentatonic, which is surprising. Or superimposing pentatonics, but that's the most of the stuff I really do. I don't do a lot of crazy. I don't say not crazy, but I don't do a lot of complex stuff in that nature. You know what I mean? I'm pretty simple. Depeche Modes, yeah. I love Depeche Mode, by the way. I love 80s music. Oh my goodness. That's a good name for it, man. Heck yeah. Can't go wrong with Bach. 5-tone Japanese scale from Marty Freeman. Ooh, nice, man. Not the Hirajoshi, or was it the Otto? What's the other one called? Otto something scale? Otto. I can't think right now. Besides Hirajoshi, there's Iwayoto scale or something. I'm not good at Japanese words. Forgive me, guys. How you doing, Jules Bailey? What's up, Chromatics? I also don't bother too much with scales. Mostly just remember patterns of notes. Nothing wrong with that, yeah. At this point in my life, I don't think as much about scales when I'm playing. I think more about intervals or chord tones and stuff. But also I try to just do mindful playing, meditative, if that makes sense. You're going to click off probably, but I try to do a thing now where I'm not thinking. playing in a state where I'm not anywhere other than the present moment, just listening to the music, going with it, and just seeing what comes out of it. It's like, if you're playing a few note patterns, like just kind of seeing what comes out of it. I don't know if you can do that and just get past like the thinking process instead of thinking like, what should I go to next? What should I go from next? And just let yourself be peaceful in the moment. Meditate with the guitar. I know it sounds really cheesy, but you might be surprised what you come up with. Oh, hey, thanks, Robert. Appreciate that, dude. I just saw a donation there. Oh, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by and checking this stuff out here. Let me go back. I missed a couple comments. Every time I use a scale, I'm forced to lay off McDonald's. You guys are killing me today. The present moment, not going click off. Not going to click off. That's good. I'm glad you get what I'm saying, man. I'm glad you can relate to that. Let's see. I don't know the name of it. It's just a Phrygian without the third and seventh. I think it might have been a Marty's instructional tape. Oh, interesting, man. A Phrygian without the third and seventh. Off the top of my head, let me think. Oh, okay. That's the Hirajoshi scale. Yeah. I also like doing stuff like this, speaking of that. You can add some like cool little arpeggio stuff in there too, but anyway, sorry, I get sidetracked on stuff. That's it. Okay, yeah, I was just making sure, because there's so many words out there, dude. I get them all mixed up, so forgive me if I ever say the wrong thing on here, guys. I own up to it, because I don't know all the stuff from memory. There's a lot of stuff in music to remember, and I don't remember it all. Killer. Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. But yeah, Sienna was asking about hybrid picking stuff and exercises for fingerstyle, so I guess I can give you guys a few tips on that if you're interested. I'm not a great hybrid picker, right? I'm just what do you call it? I float around with the idea. Okay, I'm not like a great hybrid picker. If you want to look at great hybrid picking guitar players, there's a lot of them out there. One of my favorites to watch, like Rick Graham, Tom Quayle. Obviously, Greg Howe does it. A lot of guys do it, but I'm not that great at it. So, what you can do is try picking a scale out, like one note, and then hybrid pick the next note. All right, so you can do something like that. You're picking, hybrid pick, picking, hybrid pick, picking, hybrid pick. So you're alternating between the two. Or you could pick one time, hybrid pick the rest. And the goal is when you're hybrid picking not to pluck too hard, unless you want that sound. That's okay. But like for practice sake, just try to keep it all the same dynamic. So you don't know if you're playing with your finger or your pick, and people can't tell. That's like what you want to aim for. But you can accent them. That sounds cool. But yeah, so that's one exercise you can do, just playing a major scale or minor scale, whatever you want to do. Or you could do that back and forth motion on two strings, like pick, And then hyper pick, it could be a modal or just regular scale. So I'm just kind of... Alright. So that's one example. But that's hyper picking stuff, right? If you want to do other stuff like fingerstyle, I can show you that too, if Sienna's still here. If you wanted to learn some fingerstyle tips, let me know. Let's see, I can't hyper pick, but I am tuck the pick between my fingers and pluck with my fingertips. Ooh, nice, man. Nothing wrong with that. By the way, good song choice. I love Cliffs of Dover. I can't play it that well, but great song. Eric Johnson's just a freaking awesome guitar player. I covered only one of his songs, and that was Manhattan. I love Manhattan. I love Cliffs of Dover too, but I just couldn't pull it off. It was okay sounding, I guess, but Manhattan was a little easier for me to grasp. Let's see, the guitar grimoire says Kumoi is the... Am I saying that right? Kumoi? Kumoi is the other Japanese pentatonic scale. I don't know any like Japanese... I'm not good at pronouncing Japanese stuff. I'm trying to get down some Korean, but not... Like, the Japanese is a little different. Okay, you're still here, Sienna. So, yeah, you asked about finger style. Do you mean like plucking chords, or do you mean like finger picking, like that, like classical style? Is that what you mean? Just to make sure I get the question right. But yeah, the Guitar Grimoire book, I haven't seen that in forever, man. That's funny. Both, okay. I would get my acoustic out, but I'm too lazy. Well, I might get it out. Nah, I don't know. Should I get... Well, damn. Having 80 is hard. But anyways, basically what you want to do is take like a chord that you're, comfortable with. And it could be a bar chord. It could be an open chord. Whatever chords you want. I'm going to take a bar chord for this example. I'm going to do like an A minor 7. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thumb. I'm going to place it on the top of the 6th string. Okay. And then I'm going to do my ring, middle, and index. So, like that. So I'm going to pluck, then fingers. Thumb, fingers. Thumb, fingers. Okay? That's a good, practice example. You could also just pluck all at once. Like, the goal here is I'm kind of keeping my hand like this. When I'm looking down, I'm kind of keeping it straight, but with the knuckles a little bit high up. Okay, kind of like you're looking up and you see a mountain. Okay, old picking example like that. And then your fingers should be relaxed, and you're plucking into your hand, and except for the thumb goes down, and the fingers pluck up. Very relaxed. So you should have this. This is very lightly. Thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. Or you could do it together, like I said. Okay. Then you could try doing things you're just picking individually. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Or go back and forth. Thumb, index, middle, ring. And just very lightly. You're not trying to... I mean, unless you want to do that, you can. But for practice sake, it's good just to relax the hand. Let me go back to the comments here. Sorry, I'm blind. Get the acoustic. I might. If you guys want me to get the acoustic out, I will. Do I sing? Not very well. I have some songs on the channel where I do sing. And I have some songs on Spotify where I sing, but it's not very good. I'm only singing because I couldn't find singers. Like, everybody always flakes on me, so yeah, I don't think I'm a singer. Oh, nice, man. Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude. That's more classical than I can do. I don't know any classical songs all the way through. I never learned them all the way through. I only know bits and pieces, right? Like the Boré one, I only got to a certain point. I'm not even playing it right. right? Very sloppy. I don't know it, and I don't know the part comes after. And it's like, I don't know. It's over my head. I didn't have the time or the patience to do that. Sounds like smooth jazz. Thanks, man. I love me some smooth jazz stuff. If you want to be Richards, be Keith Richards. That's funny, man. Keith Richards is cool. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of Richards, if you guys are a fan of Richard James, the Bald Shredder, I just recently got his CDs in the mail. The ones I was collaborating on. Very cool. Very cool stuff. I'm going to leave them in the wrap, I think. I'm not going to take them out. Only because I can listen to it on Spotify and I don't want to mess the discs up, so I keep them safe. You love classical. I've been listening to Somewhere in Time lately. Oh, nice, man. I'm going to grab my acoustic, I guess. Might as well. I guess I'll grab it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll be right back. That's how you found me, is from the Bald Shredder. That's funny, man. Yeah, we're good buddies, man. I've known Richard for probably the last 5 years. He's a good guy, real down to earth. But yeah, I'll get my acoustic and I'll make some noise, I guess. And I'll be here probably another probably 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes, something like that. But yeah, cool. Maybe I'll get my acoustic. I'll be right back. I'll keep the electric out in case I need to do it. Man, there's my ears again. That's weird. I'm so used to seeing the headphones on my head that I forget I have ears, man. That's awkward. All right, so I'll be right back. Let's see. Put this here. Get my acoustic electric out. Which one's the acoustic electric, though? I got them all mixed up over here. Okay, yeah, this is the right one. Get the old Brumbo out, man. Cool. Okay. Almost in business here. Big old beast of an instrument. All right. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, perfect, man. Yeah, music's it's a very healing thing. If you have good music to listen to while you're driving or doing anything, everything gets a lot more interesting, I guess. It's more relaxing no matter what you're doing, right? It's always good to have a background of music of some kind. Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. I don't think too highly of myself. You know, I'm low on the totem pole, but I have fun, and that's all that matters. I just like to enjoy music. But yeah, so back to the finger stuff. I know you guys are talking about fingers. So, yeah, just getting like the Metallica kind of thing down, right? If you can do that, thumb, index, middle, ring. And then the next part of this is to use a metronome, right? That's how you're going to build finger, what's the word? Like finger coordination, I guess I'm trying to say. I can't talk today. You guys know what I'm trying to say. It builds the muscle memory, right? So I'm not going to torture you guys with the metronome. Don't worry. Like, you guys are going to be leaving now. Like, oh, this SOB's putting on the metronome. Oh, hell no. But anyways, so this sound, right? And just try to keep a steady, like, you know, like one direction. Then you could try to come back. And again, try to keep everything the same level, like volume-wise. Try not to be like, right? You don't want to do that. Everything nice and level. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when that's easy, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and right? That's something that is going to help you a lot. Right? You got to have it. Let's see, the metronome is always there to be the backbeat. Exactly, man. Exactly right. But that's, you know, for your fingers, getting used to doing stuff like that, and it helps. Now, when you have a chord later, maybe you could try doing something like a G. So the idea here is I'm playing like a scale, G major. Right? Any of those notes are going to work, and I'm just going to either pick the chord out, like, or finger picking. Do you suffer from dementia? You might want to talk to your doctor about. I can't do both things at once. Insert commercial, basically, you know, for like a medication. But and then basically put the metronome on, do the same thing, right? Now we have ourselves a foundation to play with. So when that gets easy, try switching chords. Right, that kind of thing. And then go to another chord and see if you can connect them. I'm not going to bore you guys with that, like I said. But if you can do that, that would be really good for your fingers. You're going to get used to playing. It's going to feel weird. If you're not used to finger picking, it's going to feel weird. You're going to hate it. Like, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's going to feel like it kind of sucks. But the more you do it, you're going to get more comfortable with it, and then it'll get easier. Let's see here. Wait, Starbucks is a great warm-up. That's funny, man. I used to only play fingerstyle stuff with my thumb and pointer until I learned how to use my middle finger. That's funny, man. Yeah, it's good to use all the fingers. I used to be the same way like you're talking about. I would just use like 2 fingers. So I totally feel you on that. Excellent demonstrations. Thank you, my friend. I'm glad that works. And hopefully it helps you guys out with some ideas that you can practice. Oh, yeah, more than words. Good song. Can't work your ring finger in, though. Oh. Yeah, just get used to, you know, like keep the fingers kind of curled, and you could just even work the ring over and over. And then try connecting it. Me, personally, I like doing these... Right, chord voicings, like I said earlier. If I'm doing like scale patterns, like if I'm doing something like that, right, that kind of thing. Or you can think of like it's just any chord progression, you know. Just try to incorporate your fingers. You know, if you're playing like a bar chord, you can separate them, like, you know, thumb, then fingers. Alternate bass lines. Thumb, E, A string, E string, A string, see? Right, you could do this any way you want, really, but see. That's pretty jazzy. I like that. Thanks, dude. But these are just some ideas that you can do with any chord progression. You doesn't have to be jazzy or country. You could use it with anything. All right. Polka music, yeah, kind of like polka music. You got that, I guess. But ideally. And just seeing what you could accomplish with that. You could even try plucking inside of a chord. Right, and just you could take a song like "Fly Me to the Moon." I was kind of screwing up there, but if you could take a song and here's a big stretch on acoustic. I hate doing that in there, but electric's a lot easier. Try picking out chords and then maybe plucking a chord. Picking out chord, plucking a chord. You know, if you're doing something that's just kind of feel it out and see what you guys can accomplish with it. It doesn't have to be anything particular. Like I said, it doesn't have to be jazz. It could be a chord progression up here. It could be any key. It could be a D chord. Yeah, just some ideas. I'm not the greatest at acoustic stuff, so bear with me, all right? I don't play on this very often. Great ideas. I'll try that. Nice. No problem, dude. You know. Right? So, I forget where I was going with that. Sorry, a little ADD there. But I guess the whole point I'm trying to say is if you want to get better at fingerstyle, as one of my teachers used to tell me, just do it. Just start playing with fingers on, right? If you you know, if you're somebody that doesn't use the pinky very often and you're not sure what to do, just start using it. And eventually it'll pick up, right? If you suck at hybrid picking or if you're not sure about finger picking, start hybrid picking and finger picking and you're going to get better. But you got to do it consistently, right? Like you got to do it like every day, at least a little bit, like maybe 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, and well, then you're good to go, right? Let's see here. My problem is I don't know what chords to play. I'm not well versed in jazz chords. Oh, okay. You could use any chords, man. Like you don't even need jazz chords unless you want to play jazz stuff. Then you could. If you want to play this kind of jazzy stuff, just learn like your major 7 chords. Minor 7, dominant 7. Those are like your main ones you need to know. If you can do major, minor, and dominant 7, you could do other chords that are like, you know, 9th chords and so on, 11th chords, 13ths and stuff. Altered chords, you know. Look at something like a tonic like 2-5-1 progression, like say D minor 7, G dominant 7, C major 1. That's a 2-5 C major 7 chord there. That's a 2-5-1 progression of C. Right, you can play that multitude of ways. You could play, you know, that bar chord shape at a 13, and you could jump to I don't know, C major 9. All right, or you could do D9, G altered, walking into that C major 9. So nice little 2-5-1 progression stuff, which is going to give you a lot more sound. Right, kind of like the thing I was doing earlier. Right, so 2-5-1 stuff is definitely going to be your go-to. That one jazzy thing sounded like Tomo Fuji. I can't say that. Fuji. I can't say it. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Teaches at Berkeley University Bay Area. Oh my goodness, jazz. John Mayer was a student. That's crazy, man. Well, I'm glad I could sound somewhat okay then. 2-5-1 chord progressions equal jazz. You got it right. 100%, my friend. Exactly true on that one. Do, re, mi language, just because it sounds musical. You could, for sure, man. So yeah, 2-5-1 is a good one to work with, and then you could go into like you could do a 6-2-5-1, right? So maybe I'm doing something like over here, A minor 7. Right, 6-2-5-1. Add a third maybe third chord, 6, or you do 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So in context, maybe that's like a turnaround. Right. So you wouldn't do that the whole time, it'd just be at the end, like a blues turnaround, like jazz turnaround type thing. You can also substitute that for a dominant 7. So like maybe I'm doing my progression, right? Let's say a 6, 2. So that 1. Let's say I go to E7. Minor. Then maybe I swap into a dominant 7 on the last. Then minor. Is that 2 chord? 13, G13 or G altered, right? Or sharp 5. Modulated into G major key. So you could do this in just a C major key, but if you want to, you could combine C and G major for practicing that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I kind of went on a tangent about chords. I forget where I was going with this, but learn your major 7, minor 7, dominant 7 bar chords, and then learn those in different triads. Like, okay, if I play major 7 here, major 7 here, right, major 7 here, and so on. I'll give you more like jazzier sounds. All right, I saw that. Whoops, I didn't mean to skip down. I was trying to scroll down on something. There we go. But yeah, hopefully this gives you guys some information to kind of mess around with. Let's see. Why is that popping up? Getting ads on here, my stupid Windows thing. No, I don't want to update my virus software. Okay, that's good. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem, dude. Anything I can do to help. I don't know how much help that really was, but it'll give you something, I guess. But yeah, that stuff is a lot of fun. I'm not great at it. There's people that play and explain this stuff a lot better than I do. What's that guy's name? There's like a guy on YouTube called Tim something. Can't remember. If you look at Jack Roch, R-A-C-H, or something like Rock, Jack Rock, or I forget what his actual name is. Kind of bother me now. I think it's Jack. I'm gonna share it on my channel later. I'll put like it in my community tab, but he does a lot of really cool, like intricate jazzy blues stuff that's beyond me, like way above my head. Stuff that I don't even understand. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about? But really cool guy if you like that kind of stuff. It's something I understand, so it's not out of my realm. Perfect, man. I'm glad. Yeah, if you already know you already sound like you know a lot of stuff already, like with the scale, so it'll probably come pretty easy to you. The thing is, you can substitute things, right? Like your tritones, right? So if you're walking, let's say 2-5-1, like that kind of thing. Or I could do something like, or I could walk up. So that right there, I can transition from C, right? I go over to this. Now this chord's going to lead me into A minor 11, which then takes me into D dominant 7, and then into G major 7, and then I can go be in the key of G. So diatonically moving from C major with that one movement there, suddenly I'm in G. But anyways, enough of that nonsense. A little bit boring. Yeah, I totally agree with you, dude. You know, believe it or not, like, I feel the same way. Like, I love shredding, I love solo guitar stuff, and I love metal and rock, but, you know, I don't even listen to a lot of that as much anymore. Even though I play that, I primarily listen to, like, a lot of blues and jazz now. Like, I love, like I said, Pat Martino, obviously Holdsworth, all these guys. I love listening to the weird kind of bluesy or jazz stuff. It's over my pay grade, but I have fun with it. And like I said, it makes it more interesting to play melodic structured things instead of just kind of noodling like you're saying. Like I can sit here, but like when you're on acoustic, I can't just sit here and be like. It sounds alright, but I'm not like I'm not trying to be Al Di Meola, right? Like that guy is amazing and all, but it's just not. I'm not gonna be Al Di Meola. But chord wise, yeah, this makes sense. You can do some cool chord stuff. You know what I love listening to is I love Sting. Sting's music just puts me in another place, man. Like I know Sting's like overplayed, right? But the Police in general and Sting, I love Sting. Some days I'll literally just put on the best of Sting or like one of his albums and I'll just zone out and listen to the whole thing in one sitting. Like I'll go wash the dishes or do my chores and just listen to Sting. The guy's incredible, and when I listen to his music, I feel like it puts me in like I don't know, like a different world or something, man. Like it's so cool to see how talented some people can be. They can put music together that can make you feel like that, right? Like how talented and creative that guy is. It's just amazing. But it helps you think outside the box too. When you listen to these guys like Sting, you're like, wow, he did that. Okay, that's really interesting. Just the guy's an amazing guitar player, like 100%. Let's see here. I like ninth chords. I try to play it now. It makes my hands hurt. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, if I'm not stretched in my arms or hands, I don't even attempt any kind of add 9 chords like that. It's just not worth the suffering of my people, man. Oh yeah, totally true, man. Totally true on that one. I really like listening to. Well, you guys probably know this because you watch my videos, but I really love listening to like the traditional, like Eastern Asian music. Right, I love traditional Eastern Asian music, like the old stuff with the zithers, and the flutes and everything. I love that music. It's so relaxing. Which is why I've been trying to make more music like that myself. Right, I love doing that kind of thing. Like the one I just uploaded recently, the whole. Like that kind of stuff is just really like relaxing to me, and I love the sound of it. It's easy to do. It's not hard. I'm not doing anything super complicated, so it's not like I'm like having to stress about all these parts or anything. So that's probably another reason I like it. But yeah, that kind of music is just really cool, especially when you have these changes. Very relaxing sound to me. And I do that a lot in different keys, like, kind of hearing the open strings with that. Was that other song I made? kind of sound just sounds so relaxing to me. A lot easier to pull off than doing crazy classical music, for me at least. Reminds me of Blackmore. Oh man, I appreciate that. I'm a big fan. Love me some Blackmore, man. Sounds like a movie soundtrack. Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty kind of you to say, man. Yeah, I just try to make something that I feel like I would want to listen to, like musically speaking, you know? Like back in the day, you know, like I don't want to say back in the day, it makes it sound old, but back when I first started recording music, I just wanted to play a bunch of metal and rock and shred and stuff, and it was cool, I guess. But when I go back to listen to it, I cringe because I put priority over technique and like technicality and scale stuff over music, and I was never happy with the sound, right? So in the last two albums I made, like Ethereal Transmission and Otherworld, I tried to focus more on just melody and feeling. Like I wanted to feel something listening to my music. Like if I couldn't feel something, it wasn't going on the CD. Like I wasn't feeling it. Okay, I'm not gonna bother even making it a song. So now everything I approach with that mindset. Like I should be able to feel something. If I can't feel anything at all in listening back to this, there's no point in continuing it. Like it's why bother, right? Let's see. Do I listen to? Yeah, upload. I can't see this. OUD guitar, OUD guitar makes me feel like I'm in a candle shop. Interesting. What is OUD guitar? Blackmore, Rhodes, Van Halen. Oh yeah, I don't blame you, dude. All amazing musicians. Especially with UFO. I loved UFO stuff, like you were talking about. It also makes me think of Vinnie Vincent. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. There's so much to music and writing music and everything. At this point, like I said, I just try to feel it out more than thinking about it because I don't know. It just seems to flow a little better, and you'll see what I mean tomorrow with my other track I'm putting out. What is this? Let's see. Speaking of soundtracks, I saw the first Conan the Barbarian movie in '82. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Oh man, that's crazy, dude. That must have been awesome though. Good old Conan the Barbarian. I have some of his comics, the old ones. Used to be kind of a comic guy, but yeah, the Conan the Barbarian's awesome. Let's see, I use a traditional Middle Eastern string instrument. Oh, interesting. Ancestor of the modern guitar. That's pretty cool, man. I'll have to give it a listen. I always like listening to new stuff, you know, especially if it's from different countries and whatnot. I've primarily just listened to like, you know, traditional Korean, Japanese, Chinese music. I've listened to some Vietnamese music, South African, right? A little bit of the. I've heard some Australian stuff with the didgeridoo, or however you say it, and a little bit of New Zealand, like New Zealand type music. I've heard, but I need to hear more. I need to hear more stuff. Oh, that's funny. Oh, you know, I remember you talking about that 2 yards. I might look into that. Yeah, I want to get a zither for sure, like a Chinese zither. I think that'd be kind of cool to incorporate into some songs. But I'll definitely look into the pipa or pipa. I forgot how you pronounce it. Pipa, pipa. Pippa, pipa, pickle, peppa. Excuse my dumbness. But anyways, I'll be here probably another 15 minutes. Then I got to head out and do a lesson, unfortunately. As much as I like to hang out and jam all night. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday out there. Like I said, keep your eyes out for that new song tomorrow. It should be kind of entertaining for you guys. Let's see, like long E. I see. Pipa. Ah, I see. Pipa. Pipa. Oh my goodness, a kalimba. That's like the thumb thing, right? Is that what that is? Or am I thinking of something else? I forget. Wait. Are there two different sizes of kalimbas? I don't remember anymore. Thanks for the insight. Yeah, no problem, dude. thanks for hanging out with me and listening to a random guy ramble. Glad somebody enjoys the nonsense I spew. No worries, Clutch. No worries, dude. Yeah, Saturdays are tricky for people. That is true. Let's see. The thumb thing. Okay, yeah, those are pretty cool, man. Those are really cool. You know, I was thinking about getting like one of those tongue drums. You guys know about the tongue drums? Those things sound really pretty and really relaxing, man. I think they're like a Tibetan thing. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me. But I love the sound. It's so like mellow and like calm sounding. Yeah, so they have different sizes. Like they have small ones and they have like these big round ones. I might get a big round one day. That'd be kind of fun. But I might start with a small one just to see what it sounds like. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about the spelling to be honest with you. But I know they're pronounced like a tongue drum. I think it is tongue drum. Uh, what else? I think there's another word for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're a bit pricey, dude. Everything's so expensive nowadays. Have one. They are neat. Oh, yes. Yeah, you got it right. I think it's spelled weird. But like I said, I don't really know how it's spelled. What's up, Scott? Let's see. You just bought a guitar Squire debut, and it's pretty damn good. Congratulations on your purchase, dude. Hope you and that guitar get along. Heck yeah. It's tongue. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's nothing weird then. It's just a regular spelling, like actual tongue. Sometimes you get instruments that are spelled really wacky, man. So it's good when they keep it like just basic and mellow. Helps me out. But yeah, you do play it with mallets. Yeah, you do. They kind of like bounce or whatever. I've only been able to play on one time at the music shop. I worked out a long time ago, and they're pretty cool, man. They're really relaxing stuff. Yeah, the kids would get mad. Remember, the kids would go in there and they want to beat the heck out of them, but you know they couldn't because it wasn't that loud of an instrument. So they're just whacking it, and it wasn't that loud. Like, why isn't this thing so loud? Okay, perfect. Tungue. Tungue. I'm not sure. Maybe. It's a possibility, man. It's a possibility. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. But if you guys see a video on it, I'm sure they'll clear it up. But pretty sounding instruments for sure. They have a lot of stuff out there, though, these days. I mean, dude, there's just instruments for days. Oh, cool, man. That's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, I didn't know that, man. What the heck? Well, that's kind of cool, though. It gives you, like, different creative freedom, I guess, if anything, right? So you're not stuck just doing, like, the one thing, I guess. Heck. Ah, that would be cool, man. Yeah, I mean, if you got the patience and you got the ideas, I don't see why not. Heck yeah. But yeah, super cool, guys. Again, thank you all so much for coming to hang out with me. It's been a lot of fun. It's been an entertaining Saturday. Hope you guys had a good time. I know I did. But yeah, keep your eyes out tomorrow for a brand new song / music video type thing. Yeah, it should be interesting to see what you guys think of it. It's like a fusion proggy type thing. So, but yeah, thank you guys for coming to hang out, listen to me ramble about a bunch of nonsense, and play some random stuff. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining, if anything, or insightful in some way. I don't know. But yeah, cool. Again, thank you guys. It was good seeing you. And I hope I see you next Saturday. And if not, then just check out some of the videos I upload, and yeah, we'll keep it going. But cool. Thank you guys again for everything. And I will see you guys whenever I see you. Besides next Saturday, it's other upload days. But yeah, we'll see you then. All right, guys. Later. Have a good rest of your weekend.